Hey, I'm Pastor Rod. Thanks for joining us today. I hope this message makes a difference for you. You know, I love music. Growing up, my dad taught me to not be narrow, but instead to appreciate and have a basic understanding of all styles. So as long as it has rhythm and melody, I like it. If you scroll through my music, you can see just how random my tastes are. Hold on, let me show you what I mean. All right, jazz. Oh, here's one you'll know. Country song, Life is a Highway, Rascal Flatts.
Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long.
Okay, that's enough of that. See, Broadway, I've got hymns. Okay, another completely different style. Here's another one of my favorites, Beethoven's Symphony No. 5 in C minor. Some of you just got some culture. That was good for you. See, I've got Southern gospel, pop. Okay, here's another style I've got on here. I love a cappella music. This is Amazing Grace by BYU Noteworthy.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Okay, enough of that. I don't have time to keep going. Let's see, I've got the blues. Here's some R&B. Oh, you'll like this. Some of you like some of the old classics. Listen to this one. What a Wonderful World.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Okay, enough of that. Let's see. I've got rock. I've got soul. Oh, now, I love listening to black gospel. Here is Every Praise by Hezekiah Walker.
It's who I got. Every word of worship. With one accord. Every praise. Every praise. It's who I got. Sing it.
Probably should have played that whole song. I love that. I like it all. But what plays in my office 24 hours a day is worship. All day, every day, while I work and write, I worship. There's always a song in my head. Often I sing it out loud while I walk, drive, or pray. Even on my worst days, even in the most frustrating moments, I sing. Worship helps me focus on God instead of my problems. When everything else is changing, God isn't. He is a faithful, constant, ever-present God who gives mercy and strength and forgiveness and hope. During this coronavirus crisis, one of the songs I've been singing over and over is the song Sea of Victory. I love these words. Listen, the weapon may be formed, but it won't prosper. When the darkness falls, it won't prevail. Because the God I serve knows only how to triumph. My God will never fail. My God will never fail. I'm going to see a victory. I'm going to see a victory. For the battle belongs to you, Lord. And then here's my favorite part. You take what the enemy meant for evil and you turn it for good. I can't imagine my life without a song. It seems like God gives me a song for each season of life that speaks to where I am and what I need. I listen to it over and over until it becomes one of my life songs. In Bible times, music was a huge part of Jewish life and culture. They expressed their emotions, their situations, and their prayers in song. There was seemingly a song for everything. They sang when a baby was born. They sang when someone died. They sang in Thanksgiving. They sang in times of sorrow. They sang when they were attacking an enemy. For every situation, they had a song. Now imagine if we did that today. What if you had a song for everything? Like a song you sing when you get pulled over. Some of you be singing that song way too often. Or anytime you see a cat, you sing a song. Or maybe the song you sing when you really want tacos. Well, we already have that. Matter of fact, it's my granddaughter Evie's favorite song.
It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Just open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos.
Okay, that's probably a song you never thought you would hear in church. But when we play that song, oh my goodness, we run around the living room, we dance. It looks like a Holy Ghost camp meeting while we sing It's Raining Tacos. The Israelites didn't sing that. But God's people sang all the time in worship. In good times and in difficult times, God's people always had a song. In the sad story we look at today, God's people lost their song. Let me set the stage. The people of Israel had a roller coaster relationship with God. When times were good, they turned their back on God and worshiped idols. When they faced an enemy, they came running back to God. They went through that cycle over and over again until finally God had enough. God gave them one last warning and said, this time, if you don't obey me, you'll be punished. Now, I don't know about you, but that'd get my attention. Not the Israelites. They refused to listen. Rather than obey God, they continued doing their thing, their way, and the result was disaster. God's people weren't just defeated in battle, they were destroyed. The walls around Jerusalem, their holy city, were knocked down and lay in ruins. The temple of God, their center of worship and the place of God's presence, was destroyed. To make things even worse, the king of Babylon took the best and brightest Jews to Babylon, where they were forced to live as captives, separated from family, far from home. No doubt they also felt far from God. Life was horrible, miserable, and unfair. God's people, far from God's land, were captive slaves treated as possessions. Every day, they woke up thinking, oh, we blew it. Why didn't we listen to God? We shouldn't be here. We don't belong here. They settled down and tried to live normal lives, but it didn't work. They missed home. They missed the temple. They missed singing songs of worship. There was a collective depression as they forgot God's promises. That's the setting for the 137th Psalm. Typically, you think of psalms as happy songs of worship, but this psalm isn't happy at all. It's a sad, sad song. Scholars believe the people in this psalm were priests who lived their whole lives singing songs of worship in the temple. Now they were in Babylon and they didn't want to sing. They'd lost their song. What a sad place to be. I can't imagine ever getting to the point where I don't sing "Great is thy faithfulness," or "I'm going to see a victory." I don't ever want to lose my song. Psalm 137 tells the story of the lost song. By the rivers of Babylon, we sat and wept when we remembered Zion. And then verse 2 is one of the saddest verses in the entire Bible. Listen to this. There on the poplars, we hung our harps. The Message says it this way. Alongside Babylon's rivers, we sat on the banks, We cried and cried, remembering the good old days in Zion. Alongside the quaking aspens, we stacked our unplayed harps. What a depressing picture. Unplayed harps hanging in the trees while the players sat and cried. Some of our deepest, most meaningful moments of worship have happened during this crisis. On Sunday nights, thousands are gathering online to worship. We're going to do it again tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm hearing from many of you who are encountering God in a new and powerful way. Good Friday night, 57 churches across the country joined us for worship and prayer. It was beautiful as we remembered the cross and Jesus' sacrifice. But what if none of that happened? What if we just stopped all worship when coronavirus hit? We didn't sing online. We didn't have Connect with God services. All the players and singers stayed home. Even Madison, with her incredible passion for worship, stayed silent. And when you asked why no one was singing, Pastor Brad said, well, we can't make music. There's no crowd. There's no one here to worship with us. We've lost too much. No one has the energy. No one has the desire to sing or play. Listen, times are tough. We just don't have it anymore. We've lost our joy. We've lost our song. That was the situation. The Israelites set their instruments down, sat on the banks of the river, and cried. They thought about what used to be, what should be, and what wasn't anymore. They were more than just homesick. They were grieving the loss of home and everything it stood for. It was a deep, painful wound. They lost their song. Too many people, from the news to social media, have been focusing on what's lost, what we can't do. Well, missing what you used to have can steal your song.
By tonight, New York State's 19 million residents will be under a stay-at-home order.
Any place people congregate is a place where coronavirus can be spread.
Upon the advice and following the recommendation of our state officials, we are moving to online services only, starting with this weekend.
While we look for the peak when it comes to cases in Arkansas, the economic hardships are also still rising. Phone lines and websites for unemployment are jam-packed.
So what do you do? What do you do when you've lost your song? You sing. Sing in spite of your enemies. Sing in spite of your circumstances. Sing in spite of everything you've lost that used to be. Sing in spite of coronavirus. Don't let anyone or anything steal your song. Listen to me. Keep singing. Israel 51 is God's message. Isaiah 51 is God's message delivered by Isaiah to the Israelites. Well, they were still in captivity, where their song was long gone. Listen to me. If you have lost your song, if it's difficult for you to worship, I want you to receive this as God's word to you. God says, listen to me. You who pursue righteousness and who seek the Lord, look to the rock from which you were cut and to the quarry from which you were hewn. Look to Abraham, your father, and to Sarah, who gave you birth. When I called him, he was but one, and I blessed him and made him many. God says, remember what I've done in the past. Remember my history. Remember my goodness. Take your eyes off everything else and turn your eyes to me. Verse 3, the Lord will surely comfort Zion and will look with compassion on all her ruins. He will make her deserts like Eden, her wastelands like the garden of the Lord. God says, I'm compassionate. I am your comfort in time of trouble, and everything that the enemy has taken away, I will restore. What looks over isn't over. There is still hope, and I've got a plan for you, and I've got a plan for your family, and I've got a plan for your future. Then God said, joy and gladness will be found in her. Thanksgiving, and look at it, look what it says next, the sound of singing. Now remember, situation hadn't changed. This word from God was given while the Israelites were still captive in Babylon. And God told his people, come on, get up. It's time to find your song. Since you know me, since you know my history, since you know my compassion, get your harps out of the trees, get going, tune up, start singing again. Sing in spite of your circumstances. Sing with joy and gladness, not because of what's happening now, but because of what's going to happen. Sing with thanksgiving because I'm going to deliver you. And you may say, well, I'll sing again. I'll worship when we get out of this hole, when everything's back to normal. Man, that first Sunday back, you watched me dance and sing. You got it backwards. Instead, in the deepest, darkest moments of your life, sing. When it looks over, sing. When all seems lost and it looks like the enemy is winning, sing. Don't just sing because you won a victory. Sing because you are going to win the victory. You are going to win. So sing through your storm. Sing through the trial. Sing through your trouble. Let God's people sing. Sing because God will deliver you and restore everything you've lost. Sing in joy. Even when you don't have any joy, sing a new song of worship and praise to God. Sing. Isaiah continued. Said the word of God to the Israelites, my righteousness draws near speedily. My salvation is on the way, and my arm will bring justice to the nations. So lift up your eyes to the heavens. Remember, they've been crying. They've been hanging their heads. Lift up your eyes to the heaven. Look at the earth beneath. The heavens will vanish like smoke. The earth will wear out like a garment, and its inhabitants die like flies. Now, here's the promise. Are you ready for it? But my salvation will last forever. My righteousness will never fail. We serve a great God who never fails. His mercy and his love go on and on and on and on. His righteousness never fails. So sing. Verse 7, hear me, you who know what's right, you people who have my law in your hearts. Do not fear the approach of men or be terrified by their insults, for the moth will eat them up like a garment. The worm will devour them like the wool. And now here it comes. He's repeating the promise just in case they miss it the first time. But my righteousness will last forever. My salvation through all generations. God says, I have a plan for your enemies. Don't let their angry words control you. Don't let them steal your song because they aren't going to last. But my righteousness, on the other hand, it lasts forever. My salvation extends from generation to generation. If you need a reason to sing, that sounds like one to me. Say to coronavirus, you are not bigger than my God. We're only here for a season, but God's salvation lasts forever. His righteousness will never fail. I am not going to hide in fear and silence my worship. I'm going to sing. When God's people respond to a crisis with singing instead of fear, other people notice. 1736, John and Charles Wesley were traveling by sea from Britain to the colony of Georgia to preach to Native American Indians. By their own admission, the Wesley brothers did not have a personal faith in Jesus. They were Anglican ministers, but their version of Christianity was more academic and head knowledge than heart knowledge. John Wesley wrote that while he preached about God, he didn't have a personal faith in Jesus. It all began to change on that voyage. John was on board with another group of German missionaries known as the Moravians. The Moravians were known for their deep spirituality and trust in God, but they were often ridiculed by the highly educated group like the Anglicans. Well on board, Wesley watched the Moravians in their times of prayer and worship with intrigue and curiosity. Then one night a storm engulfed the ship. Well, the ship's sail ripped and fell on the deck, and rigging fell to the deck. It seemed all hope was lost and they would be drowned at sea. Wesley and his fellow Anglicans were screaming in terror, believing they would die. But the Moravians responded differently. In the middle of the storm, they began to sing and to worship. And afterwards, Wesley asked one of them, and this is his account of it from his journal. He asked, "Were you not afraid?" And the man answered, "Thank God, no." Wesley said, "But were not your women and children afraid?" And he replied, "No, our women and children are not afraid to die." Wesley wrote, "From then on, I went to their crying, trembling neighbors and pointed out to them the difference in the hour of trial between him that feareth God and him that feareth him not." It was their worship in the storm that inspired John Wesley. And later, he would spend even more time with them. During one of their meetings, John Wesley gave his heart to Jesus. And following that, he began the Methodist movement. Listen, come on. You aren't just singing to be singing. Your song sends a message to everyone around you. Whether you're singing on your Facebook post, you're singing in your living room, your song sends a message to everyone around you. It says this: I don't have to fear because my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' love and righteousness. And it's on Christ, the solid rock, that I stand. The ransomed of the Lord will return. They will enter Zion with singing. In other words, you're going home. Everlasting joy will crown their heads. Gladness and joy will overtake them. And sorrow and sighing will flee away. God said to the captive Israelites, you're not going to be in Babylon forever. You will return from the land of the enemy, and you'll be back home in Jerusalem. I will fully restore you. And when you go home, you won't be hanging your heads, walking slow, carrying your harps. It is going to be a parade of worship. You are going to return with singing and dancing and joy. Sadness and sorrow and sighing will be no more. So God said to him, you might as well start now. Start singing now, because I, the Lord, your God, I'm giving you everything back. Isn't that a good word? Verse 12, I, even I, am he who comforts you. Who are you that you fear mortal men? The sons of men who are but grass, that you forget the Lord your maker, who stretched out the heavens and laid the foundations of the earth. Who are you that you live in constant terror every day because the wrath of the oppressor who's bent on destruction? The cowering prisoners will soon be set free. They will not die in their dungeon, nor will they lack bread. For I am the Lord your God, who churns up the sea so that the waves roar. The Lord Almighty is his name. I have put my words in your mouth. I have covered you with the shadow of my hand. I, who set the heavens in place, who laid the foundations of the earth, and who say to Zion, you are my people. God says, start singing now. The enemies who surround you are nothing compared to me. You will be set free, because I am the God who makes the oceans roar. I put the heavens in place. I created the earth, and you have my promise. I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. I love you. I've called you by name. So get up, wake up, buck up. It's time to sing. It's time to celebrate. I'm God, and I will deliver you. Sing. Sing while you're in trouble, and sing your way out of trouble, because the God you serve is bigger than every trouble. Come on. It is time for God's people to quit being sorry and sad, but lift your voice and sing, because God is faithful. You have a promise. He will deliver you. Come on. We're not going to be in this situation forever. And God said, when you come out of it, you're not going to be just kind of sneaking your way back to church. You're going to be coming with your heads held high and a song in your heart, because no matter what happens, no matter where, no matter when, I am your God. And I am in control. I want you to stand up right where you're at. If you're listening to your car, don't stand up, but everybody else stand up. I want to pray for you, and then we're going to do it. We're going to lift our voice and sing. God, forgive us if we've hung our harps on a tree, and if we lost our worship and lost our song. And we thank you for reminding us that we have our promise that you're God and salvation never ends, and that you are mighty, that you put the earth in its place. You flung the stars into space, and you see us, and you know us, and you know where you're at. So Lord, we respond to your promise. We respond to your word today. I pray for those who are discouraged and depressed because they've been looking at the situation around them. Lord, we lift our heads and we turn our eyes on you. And we thank you, Lord, that you promised us we're going to come out of this. We're not going to come out of this wounded and frightening and afraid. We're going to come out of this singing songs of joy, singing songs of praise. So, Lord, we're going to practice right now. We're going to practice our worship right now. We're going to sing our way through this storm in the name of Jesus, in Jesus' name.
We will bow and tongue confess.